Hello and welcome students. Welcome to the discussion of the subject biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics. In today's lecture, I am going to discuss about various mechanisms of drug absorption. But we will start with the definition of the word biopharmaceutics. So biopharmaceutics examines the interrelationship of the physical chemical properties of the drug, the dosage form, which is also known as drug product, in which the drug is given, and the route of administration on the rate and extent of systemic drug absorption. So, this particular graphic would help you to understand that how different processes take place inside the body. So as you can see here that after coming out from the dosage form, the drug goes into systemic circulation, which is also known as the blood circulation, and the process by which drug enters into systemic circulation is known as absorption. And as you can see here, absorption is a unidirectional process. The second in the row is distribution process, where the drug from blood circulation travel to various tissues, and from various tissues it can again re-enter into systemic circulation. Thus the distribution process is a reversible process. From tissues the drug may go to various other small compartments of the body, and there they will produce therapeutic, or you can say pharmacologic or clinical effect. From systemic circulation the drug may exit from the body, and that process is known as elimination. So elimination is a process by which the drug is removed from the human body. So there are two possible reasons, that either the drug is excreted out or it gets metabolized. So this particular graphic, as I said earlier, will help you to understand the movement of drug within the body and how various processes take place simultaneously whenever we are administering any particular dosage form. It is equally important to understand the meaning of word pharmacokinetics. So pharmacokinetics is the science of the kinetics of drug absorption, distribution and elimination, which includes metabolism and excretion. So kinetics means the speed at which the drug moves inside the body. The description of drug distribution and elimination is often termed as drug disposition. So whenever you see a word drug disposition, that means it is the description of drug distribution and elimination. The similar sounding word with different meaning is pharmacodynamics. So the pharmacodynamics is the study of the biochemical and physiological effects of drugs on the body. This includes the mechanism of drug action and the relationship between drug concentration and effect. So please remember that there is a equal relationship between the concentration of drug and the effect. As the concentration increases, the effect is also increased. Sometimes when the concentration reaches to the toxic level, too much of effect is also known as the side effect. So there is a linear relationship between the drug concentration and the effect. Now let us discuss about the absorption process. So the drug absorption is a pharmacokinetic parameter that refers to the way drug is absorbed from a pharmaceutical formulation into the bloodstream. The bloodstream is also known as the systemic circulation. So basically the absorption is a process from which drug enters into the blood circulation after coming out from various dosage forms. The drug when enters into blood circulation, it exhibits certain kind of mechanisms, or you can say certain mechanisms are responsible for making drug enter into the blood circulation. So let us see what kind of mechanisms are responsible for drug absorption through gastrointestinal tract. The first mechanism is simple diffusion, which is also known as diffusion directly through lipid. The second mechanism is facilitated diffusion, which is also known as carrier mediated diffusion process. The third mechanism is active transport, which also known as the carrier mediated or energy mediated diffusion mechanism. And the last one is pinocytosis. So commonly it is known as drinking of cell. So these are four main mechanisms which are responsible for drug absorption through gastrointestinal tract. Remember that absorption is a process where drug enters into the blood circulation after coming out from the dosage form. When we see the mechanism called simple diffusion, it occurs due to the concentration gradient. The drug is moving from the region of high concentration to low concentration, and there is no need of energy supply for simple diffusion. So initially the concentration of drug is very high in dosage form, and the concentration of drug is zero or very low in systemic circulation. So because of this clear cut concentration gradient, drug moves from the region of higher concentration, that is the dosage form, to the region of lower concentration, that is blood circulation. And no external energy is needed in simple diffusion mechanism. So it is called energy independent mechanism as well. If you see some examples of material which are following simple diffusion mechanisms inside body, so the most important one would be the water, the movement of water through gastrointestinal tract. So this movement of water is mainly following the simple diffusion mechanism. Then some smaller water soluble substances can be passed, such as urea and alcohol. Using this particular mechanism, they can enter into blood circulation from gastrointestinal tract using the simple diffusion mechanism. Some gases are also entering into blood circulation following the simple diffusion mechanism. The next type of mechanism for absorption is active diffusion. So in active diffusion, carrier proteins play very important role. So carrier proteins and ion channels are required for this type of diffusion. Here a carrier protein moves molecule against the concentration gradient. The drug molecule combine with carrier protein, and then it transferred drug to the other side of membrane. The active diffusion mechanism is energy mediated process. If you see specific examples of drugs following active diffusion mechanism, so that includes drugs like L-DOPA, which enters into blood circulation via active diffusion through ionized channel. The ions like potassium, calcium and sodium are also transferred into blood circulation from the gastrointestinal tract. In carrier mediated transport, the rate of transport is not related with concentration of drug, but it depends on the amount of carriers by which the drug molecules can be bound. So the rate limiting step in case of active diffusion is the concentration of carrier which are responsible for the transfer of molecules from gastrointestinal tract to the blood circulation. The next type of mechanism is facilitated diffusion. So in this case, the carrier proteins are also required just like the active diffusion, but transfer is occurred due to absorption of other molecules which facilitate movement of drug molecule. So along with carriers, there are some other molecules which are responsible for the absorption of drug into blood circulation. The glucose is transported along with sodium from the gastrointestinal tract membrane. And one more example of a particular drug called fluorouracil, which enters into blood circulation via facilitated diffusion. The last mechanism of absorption is pinocytosis. So the pinocytosis is also called as drinking of cell. The drug molecule when comes in contact with membrane, the invagination occurs, which is also known as the pseudopods. They trap the drug molecule and forms vesicles in which the drug molecule is present and taken into the cell. So to understand this particular word pseudopods, so these are temporary structures which are responsible for absorbing drug into the cell and by transporting it to the blood circulation. In the cell, some lysozymes are present which acts on the drug molecule and forms active form. So for the time being, the drug may be converted into inactive form, and once it enters into the cell with the help of lysozyme, the inactivated drug is converted into the active form. The process of pinocytosis occurs very rarely. The specific example includes barium sulfate. Some molecules like insulin can enter to blood-brain barrier by this particular process called pinocytosis. In follicular cells of the thyroid, the colloids are taken by same processes and releases T3 and T4, which are useful residues. So these are metabolites of thyroid hormone and these are useful for residues. The next topic is what kind of factors are influencing drug absorption through gastrointestinal tract. So we have pharmaceutical factors, factors related to the drug, the physicochemical properties of drug and the dosage form. So the physicochemical properties of drug substances are affecting the rate of absorption of drug through gastrointestinal tract. If we see these physicochemical properties, so these include drug solubility and dissolution rate, particle size and effective surface area, polymorphism and amorphism, salt form of drug, the lipophilicity of drug, and pseudopolymorphism. So all these factors are affecting the drug absorption through gastrointestinal tract. The next set of factors are dosage form characteristics and pharmaceutical ingredients which we are using for preparing various dosage forms. So these factors include the disintegration time, the dissolution time, manufacturing variables, pharmaceutical ingredient, nature and type of dosage form, product age and storage conditions. Then we have the patient related factors. In patient related factors, we have age, gastric emptying time, intestinal transit time, gastrointestinal pH, disease state, blood flow through the gastrointestinal tract, the gastrointestinal content like the presence of other drug and the presence of food material. So dear students, that was all about the drug absorption process. In this lecture, we discussed what is biopharmaceutics, what is pharmacokinetics. With the help of graphic, I tried to explain how the movement of drug takes place inside the body. Then we had discussion about various mechanisms by which drug enters into the blood circulation through gastrointestinal tract. In that we discussed simple diffusion, active diffusion, facilitated diffusion and pinocytosis. In later half we discussed about various factors affecting the rate of absorption of drug through GIT. The factors are mainly divided in pharmaceutical factors, dosage form related factors and patient related factors. Please go through this video and let me know if you have any query or question. I would be happy to solve your questions. Thank you very much for joining this lecture. Stay safe and have a good day.